works made for political reasons to celebrate the god King Naram-Sin. Okay? Then one, yeah?
Can you just name the previous ones?
Okay, the Lascaux painting, the fragment of a harp, the monument of Naram-Sin. Okay? Then we have the Assyrian, this the detail of the Assyrian battle relief from the 9th century BC, from a palace, the palace of King Ashurnasirpal I at Nimrud. Again, used for political propaganda to glorify the king and just how invincible his army is. That is logic. Then we turn to Egypt, farther east, another very ancient civilization with this portrait of Hisari from about 2070 BC. That's too short. 2700 BC, I'm sorry, 2700 BC, from the beginning of the Old Kingdom, where they already established very firm rules how a figure should be proportioned and posed. Okay? And then the most famous monument of the Old Kingdom in Egypt, the famous pyramids of Giza from about 2500 BC, famed for their size, famous because of their size and their perfect shape. Then an example of Egyptian wall painting, however, in this form of a redrawing, not the real painting, but a redrawing from the tomb of Imhotep, who happened to live and die around 1900 BC during the Middle Kingdom. Just an example of Egyptian wall painting. It could be anyone, but that's the one in the textbook. Then another detail of the birds that these are hoping to trap in the afterlife, having to use rules just like for the human figure. See, now I have 6, right? However, there's one exceptional style in Egyptian art, the Amarna style. I'm sorry. Okay, this is okay. And then here, an actual fragment of a wall painting from the tomb of Nibamu, who happened to live and die around 1400 BC during the 18th dynasty of the New Kingdom, showing his garden, which he would hope to enjoy in the afterlife. Then, however, one exceptional style in Egyptian art, a very unique style, only lasting for about 20 years, the so-called Amarna style. Introduced during the reign of King Akhenaten, who was a very unique Egyptian king because he changed religion from a polytheistic religion to monotheistic with the worship of Aten, whom you see as a sun disk, and then we see him here with his wife and his three children. And with this change in religion, we also have a change in politics, a change in the arts, very different, not very different, but different in that he sits very casually. You have the curving lines, the different proportions, the huge heads, not the correct feet. Okay? And then the same from about 1335 BC. And then his successor, King Tutankhamun, together with his queen, the second daughter of Akhenaten. Again, Aten is still here, so this is still in the Amarna style, but one of the last works from about 1330 BC, because King Tut went back to the old traditions after that. Okay? All right. Then we move to Europe, finally, to the Aegean Sea, the closest region of Europe to Egypt and the ancient Near East, where we have this fisherman from Santorini, where they discovered an outpost of the Minoan civilization, one of the two oldest civilizations in Europe, flourishing in the 1600s BC. This from about 1600 BC or 1500 BC, as is in the textbook, depicting a young fisherman. And then an artwork of the other civilization, which flourished at about the same time, but on the mainland, the Mycenaean civilization, with this bronze dagger found at Mycenae in the grave of a king. Right? So he was buried with a special to show that he is a king, a very different civilization, more war-oriented, different funeral practices. Then finally, we started with Greek art, the Greeks known as the fathers of civilization, with this very early work from about 700 BC, from the geometric period. The first 100 years known as the geometric period because they like to use geometric ornament, like you can see here on this funerary vase. Even the figures are treated like ornaments, right? Just like geometric ornaments. And then finally to Greek statues, one of the first ones from the Archaic period. That's when they began to carve in stone and build in stone. From about 600 BC by Polymedes of Argos, showing the brothers Cleopas and Phaethon in heroic nudity because they were heroes who excelled with their exceptional piety, religious feelings, and also strength. Two examples of archaic Greek vase paintings from the 6th century BC. Black figure by Ezechias, one of the great composers, depicting Achilles and Ajax. Red figure by Euthymides, both working in Athens around 530 BC, 520 BC. Here, generic figures of just a Greek warrior saying goodbye to his character. More warriors, this time in bronze, from the early classical Greek period, from about 460 BC. One of the few bronzes that we still have from the classical Greek period. I would only show you this one because I talked more about this one, this warrior.